Evening, everyone.
Evening, Gordon.
This is the second time today that I've had to stand up from a warm seat with a bit of paper in my hand. It's actually the fourth. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on behalf of my wife, I'd like to thank you all for coming and sharing our special day. We're very keen to include our friends and family in our celebration, so we're really grateful that you could all make it. We've both been through some difficult times in the past, both together and before we met, but it's been the love and the support from the people in this room that's helped get us through it all, and we thank you all for that. We're also very, very grateful for all the gifts that we've received. It's been quite overwhelming, the generosity of everybody. I think we're going to have to build an extension, which is a bit of a worry. So thanks everybody. I'd written down lots of nice things about Graham. Where's Graham? Graham's how nice are you? He's so stressed all week, all month. He's been in bits. But we're very, very grateful that you accepted our request to speak on behalf of the Marsh family. In fact, he's so proud. He's offered to get everyone a drink. However, as a typical Aberdonian, he's forgotten his wallet. During the speeches, there will be a number of references to Val and Leslie, and I've since realised George as well. There's 4 Georges in the room right now. Leslie's mum is Val. Her sister is Val. Okay, so I will have to revert to Leslie's mum, Val, occasionally. There's also 5 Leslies in the room. There's my beautiful bride. There's Graham's wife, my new sister-in-law, Leslie. There's Leslie's Auntie Leslie. Leslie's Auntie Leslie, over in the back there. And there's Brian's wife, Leslie. But the 5th one's a wee bit more obscure, and I did actually know before today who the 5th Leslie was. So would the 5th Leslie please stick their hand up? Brian's middle name is Leslie. Yes, it is spelled like the girl. I'd like to thank Leslie's mum, Val, her brother Graham and their family, and her sister Val and her family. Ever since I've met them, they've all made me feel really welcome and special, and I can't thank you enough for that. When I met Leslie's mum, it was actually in Alison's hen do, and that was the night that I met Leslie as well. And as Val left that night, she was good enough to say to me, "This is what she'll look like in 20 years." His mother said that. That didn't put me off. The next time I met Val was actually at Alison and Irvin's wedding a couple of weeks later. But I was introduced to everybody as the handcuffed guy. That's who you are. So I was the handcuffed guy. And there was actually a lady that spoke to Leslie in the toilets and said, "Oh, did you come with the handcuffed guy?" Which she was a bit upset about. But later in the evening, we were sitting and Leslie was chatting to the table, and she was suggesting that I was a bit of a girl because I'd brought a number of outfits up to the wedding with me. So she'd say to the table that I'd come with 6 outfits. But to which Val replied, "Oh, your dad bought me a sex outfit once." Crotchless pants. They were orange. That didn't put me off either. So, likewise, Leslie's very grateful to my mum and dad and my 2 brothers, Derek and Scott, and their families for making her feel so welcome to the family. This is tempered though with our new family tradition that Leslie has chosen to introduce to the McCrongle household. And this is where Leslie cooks a brand new meal, a new recipe every single time that my mum and dad come up. So for the first visit to my mum and dad, she dusted down the Much McDonald family recipe book and made their tea, and then that was it, because it's finished. So she's now had to end up going to the BBC website to get inspiration. But whilst Leslie and myself are both quite independent people, it's so reassuring to know that you've got the love and the support of your family behind you, and we thank you all very much for that. To the beautiful bridesmaids. My wife and I would like to...
Got that one!
We'd like to thank Rachel, Lisa and Fiona for taking care of Leslie, not only today, but on the whole run-up to the wedding. The wedding, believe it or not, guys, the wedding comes with a bit of stress. If you participate in it. We currently own 2 wedding dresses. One's used and one's not. So if anybody is getting married, we've got a really nice one apparently. I could tell the story about why it was inappropriate, but I won't. It sounded like a great dress though. Only 4 weeks ago we very nearly had to change the whole colour scheme of the wedding because the bridesmaids' dresses weren't going to arrive in time. So it was just horrendous for a while there. But I think you'll agree that the bridesmaids all look absolutely stunning walking down the aisle. I'm very lucky to have such a good close friend in Fiona, and we've got lovely daughters in Lisa and Rachel. We'd like to thank Leslie's cousin Paula, who made the cake for us. And I don't know if you haven't had a look at the cake yet, the cake is absolutely stunning. It's got little figures that she made herself, and it's myself and Leslie, and it's the kids as well. And the attention to detail is staggering, except the colour of my hair. I'm sure I'm browner than that. But thank you very much, Paula. We'd also like to thank Jenny and Callum, who have been taking the photographs all day for us. And Jenny's actually going to upload all the pictures after the wedding to a Photobox account, and there'll be cards lying around that you can then have a look at the photos yourself and order any that you want. And also she'll take photos of yourselves if you like as well. So thanks very much, Jenny. I'd like to thank Colin's mum, Nancy. She's made the tablet for the papers. Probably a secret slip. She's made enough to sink a small battleship. Brilliant. So thanks very much, Nancy. I would also like to thank the registrar, Carolyn, for arriving. No, but we're very appreciative for that she allowed us to be so flexible in the service, and it wasn't just going to be bump. So we're really grateful for that. And we'd also like to congratulate my Auntie Maureen and my Uncle Jim, who are celebrating their 39th wedding anniversary today. 39 years is lace, so Congratulations. It's amazing what the internet will tell you. Our biggest thank you, however, though, goes to our children, Lisa, Rachel, Ross and Adam. Introducing our children could have been a disaster for our relationship. If the most important people in our life don't get on, then we wouldn't have had much of a chance. We needn't have worried though. After the initial hurdles of burping, table manners and closing the toilet door when you're using it, the boys soon got the girls whipped into shape. Seriously though, since day one, despite the sacrifices they've each had to make, they couldn't have made this a smoother transition for us. They've remained positive and adaptable and never complained much. They've enjoyed many laughs and a lot of fun together. It was our hope that we would get on with one another, but what we've got is far better than that. We've got brothers and sisters who love and care and look out for one another. So I'd like to squeeze in a wee extra toast here. So ladies and gentlemen, would you please be upstanding and raise your glasses to our kids. We'd like to give a huge thanks to Colin for taking such an active role in our wedding ceremony. When we'd originally thought of the idea of Colin leading the ceremony, he embraced it straight away and he actually tried to go out and buy an army uniform like Joey from Friends. He even explored what he actually had to do to legally marry us. We felt that was maybe just going a wee bit too far, but we thank you for that. And